Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. Today we're venturing into the wild world of wowcirclejerk.
It's a subreddit, you say?
Yeah, it's a subreddit dedicated to World of Warcraft, but uh, not in the way you might think.
Definitely not your typical fan forum.
Yeah, exactly. It's more about loving and loathing WoW, equal measure.
Equal measure. I like that. It really captures the essence of the subreddit. I mean, we're talking about a community that can simultaneously praise and rip apart every single aspect of the game.
Yeah, and they do it with such wit and style.
Oh, absolutely. The memes, the inside jokes, the sheer absurdity of it all. It's like a masterclass in satire.
So for those who haven't had the pleasure of stumbling upon a Circle Jerk subreddit before.
And trust me, it's an experience.
Oh, yeah. Imagine a group of friends sitting around just roasting each other's favorite things.
Except in this case, the thing is a massive online game that's consumed countless hours of our lives.
And the roasting is done with the precision of a raid leader calling out mechanics.
That's a great analogy. Because wowcirclejerk is all about dissecting the very DNA of WoW fandom.
Yeah, they hold up this warped funhouse mirror to all of our hopes and dreams and the occasional rage quit.
Let's be real, rage quits are a part of the WoW experience.
Oh, definitely. So let's jump right into the heart of this digital maelstrom, shall we? We're going to be looking at a post with a title that is a masterpiece of circular logic. Does anyone else get World of Warcraft vibes when they play World of Warcraft?
I mean, the question itself is just genius.
It's like asking if water is wet.
Exactly. But it's that deliberate nonsensicalness that makes it so funny. And it perfectly captures this obsession with a mythical golden age of WoW.
Oh, you mean like when everyone's saying, things are so much better back in insert expansion here?
Precisely. And you see that sentiment everywhere on the subreddit. It's in the memes that compare every new feature to some beloved element from the past. It's in the ironic pronouncements that WoW is dying. And it's even in the random context-free comments that just pop up out of nowhere.
Like digital mushrooms after a virtual rainstorm.
The perfect analogy. And speaking of those delightful non sequiturs, let's dive into some of the top comments on this post because they really exemplify the wowcirclejerk ethos.
Okay, so we've got one commenter who simply says, "No, I can't say I do. It's a cheap copy." As if World of Warcraft could somehow be a knockoff of itself.
Brilliant, right? It's like they're saying no matter what Blizzard does, it'll never live up to this idealized version of the game that exists only in our memories.
And then there's this gem. Only when I'm in Grizzly Hills.
Ah, Grizzly Hills.
Yeah.
Now, for those not familiar with WoW geography, Grizzly Hills is a zone from the Wrath of the Lich King expansion, known for its stunning visuals, and more importantly, its association with a particular era that many players consider to be peak WoW.
So basically, they're saying the only real World of Warcraft exists in that one specific zone.
Pretty much. And it's not just Grizzly Hills, of course. Every expansion, every raid, every slightly clunky character animation becomes fodder for this hilarious cycle of reminiscing and ridiculing.
They've weaponized nostalgia.
They have indeed. And they do it with such a deft touch.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like this comment we found, World of Warcraft is the WoW killer.
It's a statement that acknowledges the game's enduring popularity while also poking fun at the constant stream of WoW is dying pronouncements that have been around since like forever.
It's like saying this game is so bad it's killing itself.
Yeah.
But also I'm still playing it, so maybe it's not that bad after all.
Exactly. That delightful blend of self-deprecation and genuine affection, that's what makes wowcirclejerk so much more than just a meme factory.
Yeah, it's a community that understands the inherent contradictions of being a passionate fan.
And they're not afraid to embrace those contradictions with open arms and a healthy dose of irony. It's not just about these grand pronouncements about the game as a whole, though.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's about finding the humor in those little things.
The little quirks, the
Little
annoyance.
nuances.
Yeah, the things that make you love and hate WoW at the same time.
Like that comment, no, for me, WoW stopped feeling like WoW in 2008.
Classic. The disillusioned veteran. But is it genuine disappointment or just another layer of the circle jerk?
Who knows? It's part of the fun trying to figure it out.
Like a game within a game.
Right. And then you have comments that are just wonderfully absurd, like, boss baby.
Just boss baby.
Nothing else.
No context. No explanation. Just pure chaos.
Or how about this one? Girlsy heels vibes.
That one's amazing. It's like they're just throwing darts at a board of random phrases.
And somehow hitting the bullseye of 9 cents.
It's brilliant, though. That willingness to embrace the absurd, it's what gives wowcirclejerk its unique flavor.
It does. But, amidst all the chaos and the irony, there are these moments of genuine self-awareness.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite thing about the game is it feels like a game.
Right. It's not even criticizing WoW itself. It's criticizing the overblown marketing speak around MMOs.
Like, hey, remember when games were just games?
Exactly. And this is what's fascinating underneath all the jokes and the memes.
There's real love for WoW.
There is, even with all its flaws. They get it. They're like, we love you, Waladu, but also we're going to make fun of your ridiculous transmog options.
And speaking of that balance, did you see the auto-moderator comment? The one reminding people about the serious discussion thread.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. It shows how wowcirclejerk can be both a haven for satire.
And a space for genuine conversation.
Exactly. Like, okay, we can joke around, but also let's recognize that people care about this game.
Right. They want to have real discussions.
And that's what's cool about Circle Jerk communities. They're not just about mocking. They're about connection.
About finding people who share your passion.
Even if that passion is expressed through like 10 layers of irony.
Exactly. It's a reminder that fandom has many faces.
There's room for everyone.
From the hardcore lore masters to the casuals just messing around in transmog.
And sometimes the best way to show love is to roast mercilessly.
Right. Now, before we wrap up this part, there's something else that stood out to me.
What's that?
The language they use on the subreddit?
You mean all the likes and the misspellings and the emojis?
Yeah. It's like its own dialect.
Like a secret code.
If you can speak it, you're in the club.
And that sense of belonging is powerful online.
It is. It's like saying, I get it. I'm one of you.
You know what's funny, though? Even with all the jokes,
they clearly care about WoW.
They put so much effort into these elaborate bits.
It's like a twisted love letter.
It is. And that love fuels the whole subreddit.
It does. It's a reminder that even in the massive world of the internet,
there are these little pockets of community.
Where people can connect and laugh and celebrate a game.
A game that can be both amazing and infuriating.
Exactly. And as we head into the final part of our deep dive, I want you to think about this. What does the popularity of wowcirclejerk and other circle jerk communities tell us about fandom in the digital age?
Ooh, that's a good one. Are they just outlets for frustration or something more?
We'll explore that as we delve even deeper into wowcirclejerk in just a moment.
All right, so we're in the end game now. The final raid boss of our deep dive into wowcirclejerk.
I feel like we've leveled up our understanding of this subreddit.
Definitely. We've seen the power of irony, the pull of nostalgia, and how to find humor in the things that make you want to rage quit.
And we've learned to speak the language.
Oh yeah, the likes and the misspellings, the emojis. It's like a badge of honor.
It is. So as we wrap up this epic journey, I want to go back to that question I asked earlier.
The one about what circle jerk communities tell us about fandom.
Yeah. Are they just places to vent? Or is there something more to it?
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
I mean, on the one hand, they're like a safe space to let out all the frustration.
Oh, definitely. Like when you wipe on a raid because someone pulled the whole instance.
You just want to scream.
Yeah.
But then you go to wowcirclejerk.
And you see 1,000 other people who've been there.
And you realize you're not alone.
Misery loves company.
Right.
But it's not just about venting, though.
No, it's deeper than that.
There's a level of critical thinking going on.
Like they're analyzing the game and the community.
Through humor and satire.
It's like holding up a funhouse mirror to WoW.
Like, exactly. And saying, we love you, but also, you're kind of ridiculous sometimes.
And that's where the real insight comes from, I think.
It's a way of becoming more self-aware.
As a community.
Right? We can laugh at ourselves and our obsessions.
It's like, hey, we all do this weird stuff, but it's okay because we're all in it together.
And that's what makes these communities so special, I think. They're not just about tearing things down. They're about building something new.
Something positive.
Yeah, a space for connection and sharing and laughter, even if it's laughter at our own expense.
It's a reminder that fandom is complex. It's not just one thing.
There's room for all kinds of expression.
From the super serious lore nerds to the people who just like messing around with transmog.
And I think ultimately the popularity of circle jerk communities shows how much we crave connection.
Yeah, that need to find our tribe, even if our tribe is united by making fun of things.
Exactly. So as we close out our deep dive into a wowcirclejerk, I want to leave you with this thought. The next time you're feeling frustrated, embrace the absurdity.
Find the humor. And remember the power of a good circle jerk.
It might just be the therapy you need.
And if you ever feel lost in the vast digital world, just remember, there's always a community out there waiting for you, ready to welcome you with open arms and a well-placed meme. So until next time, keep on jerking And may your loot drops be ever in your favor.